YouTube? I'm gonna do something today I don't really normally do, only because I really wanted to, and I thought it was just too good to not do it. If any of you guys have had a chance to pick up a book or maybe even a magazine, or I want to say it was even in, like, I think Wired or something, but regardless, New York Times bestseller, one of the coolest books I think I've ever read, Ernest Cline's Ready Player One. This is my first edition copy. I waited forever to get this. I love this book. It's literally my favorite book of all time, and that's really a bold statement for me. I've read this book 5 times and I've listened to the audiobook. So when I say it's my favorite book, it is my favorite book. I love this book. Now, I was born in the late 80s, so I don't really go through all that 80s stuff, but I'm a big nerd, so a lot of stuff in the book that they talk about is stuff that I grew up with and stuff that I played with and stuff that I know about you know, over the years of gaining information and learning stuff and playing video games and doing all that really cool stuff that nerds do. What I want to talk about today is Ernest Cline's new book. Now, if you guys don't follow book publishers, books, if you guys don't read, please do me a favor. Google Ernest Cline, jump on his Wikipedia, and and find his books, because if you're a nerd, if you're a fanboy, if you love everything 80s, if you love video games, if you love whatever, if you're just a self-proclaimed geek, you need to read his books. So before I jump into a review, please click below, click subscribe, go ahead and comment on this video when I'm done, or follow me on Twitter or Instagram @Obsessions, and please go online and pick up a copy of Ernest Cline's Ready Player One, and you need to read it. Now, his next book that I'm going to talk about is a standalone book. It's nothing like Ready Player One. It's its own book in entirety, but if you really want a good read and you haven't read it, you need to pick up Ernest Cline's Ready Player One. This is my first edition. I love it. I literally have not opened this book. This book is still crisp and beautiful, and it's going to stay that way in my library, because that's just how it is. I have like an 11th printing paperback that I've trashed, and then all the digital copies that I have, and the audiobook that I have. So I trash those. I keep this one. This is my pride and joy book. So subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram @Obsessions. So let me get into what I'm actually reviewing. So what I'm going to review is Ernest Cline's second book, and his second book is called Armada. Just came out a week ago. This is a brand new book. I picked it up. I picked it up online. I wanted the first edition, and I got the publisher's signed copy. So, Ernest Cline's Armada. I don't want to give it away too much, and if you guys can't see, that's his signature. But because I want you to read the book. It's not something that I want to spoil and give teasers away and be like, hey, this is what happens in the book. Just know, if you've read Ready Player One and you haven't read Armada, it's a standalone book. Please do not go into the book expecting Ready Player One. It's not the same story. It's not a continuation of the story. It's an entirely different story in and of itself. A lot of kind of throwback stuff to Ready Player One. It's Ernest Cline. He's got a writing style. That's just how it is. But this book is standalone. This book can do it by itself. It can hold its own. If you haven't read Ready Player One, you just want to read Armada, and then go back to Ready Player One. I've read it once. I've literally gone all the way through it. Again, I really don't want to give away too much of the book. It's something that you really should enjoy. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I ripped apart this book and dove into it and read it cover to cover in one day. That's how much. I really enjoy reading this book. And maybe it's just the way Ernest Cline writes, or maybe it's just his geekiness, his nerdiness, or whatever it is. I love it. It's one of those, it's going to be a treasured book in my collection as well. And I'll probably do the same thing. I'll probably have a paperback, probably on its 5th or 6th printing, because this is one of those books, it's going to make it there. It's going to make it to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 15 printings, who knows, hand in hand with Ready Player One. Another thing people don't, you're not going to know if you haven't read these books or picked them up or know anything about Ernest Cline, is his first book, Ready Player One, was, the movie rights were already sold for it. So we could be seeing a movie on it soon. We may not, I don't know. A lot of licensing things that are going to have to go down. And before the book came out, the movie rights were sold for it. Armada. Yeah, so this is going to be an epic movie when it comes out. I don't want to give away everything. It's the story, and you can read the synopsis too, but it's basically the story of a kid who's thrown into a situation where he's basically been training for it his whole life, and there's a lot of twists and a lot of cool things and a lot of stuff that happens, a lot of really colorful characters that we're gonna meet, but it's all about him, and it's all about his struggles in his life, and there's twists and there's turns, and you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. Ernest Cline, if you're watching this video, I think I'd be a great Milo. I'm just saying, if you don't know who Milo is, read the book, or anybody in Ready Player One. That's just my opinion, but whatever. So pick it up, get a copy. It's well worth the read. You will totally love it. I couldn't put it down. And I read Ready Player One. The first time I read it was probably, I want to say 2013, so it was already out for a few years. And I've read it 6 times and heard the audiobook. I love it. This is my first read of it. I'm going to read it again and again and again and again, and probably in tandem with Ready Player One. So if you love books, if you love nerd culture, if you love adventure and just a good story, Armada is going to be the best thing you've ever picked up. There's a lot of imitations out there. There's a lot of stuff that came before it. There's a lot of stuff that you can put it together with, and it's one of those things that you wish all those South Park episodes and Ender's Game and all these movies and TV shows that they tried to do and they really didn't do well. Especially if you have a good imagination, this is the best version of all of those. Thank you, Ernest Cline. Thank you for giving us a book like this. It's been done before, but it's never been done this well, in my opinion. So, grab a copy, get your book on. If you like it, comment below, please. If you hate it, comment below. Please click subscribe. I like doing these kind of reviews. It's stuff that I'm passionate about, my obsessions, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter, again, @obsessions. If you guys have an obsession, if you guys want to share something with me, comment below. I'll listen to you guys all the time. If you guys have videos that you want to send, I'll tag them onto this as well. I love showing you guys, I love seeing your projects and your desires and your obsessions and your collections. I love all that stuff. So if you got pictures, if you got videos, if you got comments or whatever, I'm very good about getting back to people who comment. I check my comments all the time. Contact me, send me stuff. It's please. I love that stuff. I love it. And you might get featured. Who knows? So Armada, if you haven't, do it. Ready Player One. If you haven't, you better. 2 completely separate books from literally one of the nerdiest, best authors, I think, of the 21st century. He's awesome. Ernest Cline's awesome. So again, click subscribe. I love this kind of stuff. If you want to see me do reviews on other books that I've read or comics or whatever, please comment below, and I'll see you guys next time. So until next time, I hope you guys read Armada and definitely read Ready Player One. Have a good one. Bye.